All right, let's talk about something that could genuinely change how we build stuff for the web. I'm talking about the Chrome DevTools MCP server. It's this huge step forward, basically giving our AI coding assistants a much-needed pair of eyes. And trust me, it's going to change everything. Just think about it for a second. Right now, most AI agents, they can write code, sure, but they can't actually see what that code does when it runs in a browser. They're pretty much just guessing. So, what if we could just take that blindfold off? And this slide right here, this is the perfect before and after picture. We're literally moving from a world of writing code blind and just hoping for the best to one where an AI can see the results of its work in real time. It's just a massive, massive leap in efficiency. So yeah, let's just boil it down to the fundamental problem. We've had AI that can write code, but it's been kind of like a chef who can't taste their own food. It couldn't see the result of its own work, which, as you can probably imagine, leads to a lot of frustration. The magic trick behind all of this is something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP. The easiest way to think about it is like a universal adapter for AI. It's this open source standard that lets a language model talk to and even control other tools. So just like you can use one app to control all your smart home gadgets, an AI can use MCP to connect to basically anything, from a currency exchange to, in this case, Chrome DevTools. And that, right there, brings us to the solution. The Chrome team has gone and released an MCP server specifically for DevTools, which effectively gives our AI agents the power to see and interact with a live web page. It's huge. And hey, don't just take my word for it. As the Chrome for Developers blog puts it, this server is an absolute game changer. For the very first time, our coding assistants can directly tap into the full power of DevTools to debug pages, analyze performance, and really truly understand the context of the web app they're working on. Okay, so that's the what, but let's get into the how. What does this actually look like in practice? How does an AI really use these new eyes? So imagine you've got a bug. You could give your AI a prompt just like this one. A classic, super frustrating issue that every single one of us has faced. But instead of just guessing at the code, now the AI can actually investigate. And here's where it gets really cool. The AI literally navigates to your page, it interacts with it just like a person would, and it keeps an eye on the console. The second that error happens, boom, it catches it, it diagnoses the problem, and it can even suggest or just apply the fix. It's a complete automated debugging loop. Now, what's so telling about this is the impact on the actual results. By having this direct, real-time feedback loop from the browser, the AI's accuracy in identifying and fixing bugs just goes through the roof. It's not guessing anymore. It's making a diagnosis based on actual, hard evidence. This just unlocks a whole new universe of workflows. You can ask the AI to find console errors, run a performance audit to figure out why your largest contentful paint is so slow, analyze your network requests to find weird loading issues, or even just, hey, take a screenshot to see if the UI's right. But, we've got to be real here. This is still an early technology. As the folks over on the Syntax podcast pointed out, the AI can definitely get stuck sometimes. It might guess a URL structure wrong, for example, and you'll need to step in and guide it, telling it to, hey, look at the actual links on the page. It's an incredibly powerful assistant, not a fully autonomous developer. Well, not yet anyway. And this, right here, this is where we have the real so what moment. The DevTools server isn't just some standalone tool. Its true power comes from being a piece of a much larger interconnected ecosystem. This changes the entire game. This is where things get really, really wild. Imagine an AI that can not only see the live site in Chrome, but it can also see the original design in Figma and all the error logs in Sentry. That's the power of combining these different MCP servers. Suddenly, your day-to-day work isn't about jumping between 10 different tabs anymore. This paints a picture of a truly end-to-end automated workflow. The AI could literally grab a design from Figma, write the code, build the component, load it up in Chrome, and then take a screenshot to verify that it perfectly matches the original design. The potential here is, well, it's just massive. Okay, before we get too carried away with the future, let's ground ourselves with a quick reality check on what this tool can and can't do today, because honestly, understanding the boundaries is just as important. So right now, there are some pretty key limitations. It doesn't have direct access to automated accessibility checks, which means a human expert is still absolutely critical in that loop. the CSS tooling is still a work in progress, and this one's important for security. It spins up a totally fresh instance of Chrome. Now, this is a good thing, right? It stops a rogue AI from getting into your bank account, but it does mean it loses the context of your cookies and all your extensions. And all of this, it leads to this really fascinating question about the future of how we all work. As we pull more and more of this browser context and tooling directly into our code editors, are we heading toward a future where the line between the two just completely blurs? That's the provocative thought to leave you with today.